Some South suburban leaders spent the last few days handing out free turkeys ahead of Thanksgiving. But in Thornton Township, the trustees say embattled Supervisor Tiffany Henyard.
Henyard says she is endorsing a new board, but not announcing who they are just yet. Instead, promising to name them later this month. Henyard is under investigation by the FBI.
As Thanksgiving approaches in Thornton Township, Illinois, the focus has shifted from the traditional turkey giveaways to the drama surrounding Supervisor Tiffany Henyard. While many community leaders use the holiday season to foster goodwill, Henyard appears to be turning it into a political spectacle. This year's turkey drive, a cherished local tradition, has been overshadowed by turmoil, infighting, and accusations of corruption, leaving both residents and trustees in conflict with the embattled supervisor.
I got smoked pork ham hocks. I got smoked turkey.
What should have been a heartwarming moment for Thornton Township has instead become a controversial political issue. Tiffany Henyard, who also serves as the mayor of Dothan, has been distributing turkeys and smoked ham ahead of Thanksgiving. While it may appear to be a generous gesture, critics argue that it's simply a distraction from the growing problems within her administration. Trustee Christopher Gonzalez didn't hold back when he stated that Henyard is desperately trying to get us into a meeting to push through her agenda. He and fellow trustee Carmen Cares have been boycotting recent board meetings, preventing a quorum needed for official business. Their absence is intentional, and they remain steadfast in their position, refusing to allow Henyard to make decisions without proper oversight.
Hey guys, this is your super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor / people's supervisor. We are still out here feeding all the residents of Thornton Township.
So why all the drama over a simple turkey giveaway? It's not just about the turkeys, it's about the timing. Henyard's administration has faced accusations of financial mismanagement, questionable spending, and a lack of transparency. To some, the giveaways seem like a tactic to distract residents from these more serious issues. Trustee Gonzalez raised concerns about the urgency behind Henyard's recent push to fill a vacant trustee seat, asking, why the desperation to get us into a meeting? He and Trustee Carlisle have made it clear that they would prefer the vacancy be filled through a public vote, rather than allowing Henyard to appoint someone who might simply rubber stamp her decisions. And who could blame them? The township's finances are in turmoil, with ongoing disputes over spending priorities and no clear answers about where taxpayer money is going.
Ain't nobody doing what I do. They can talk all they want, but I'm always loving on y'all.
But we can't overlook the theatrics that have become a defining feature of Henyard's leadership. At a recent non-meeting, because, let's be honest, that's exactly what it was, Henyard addressed a small crowd, blaming the trustees for the ongoing gridlock, claiming that bills could not be paid, and accusing her critics of conspiring against her. As if that wasn't enough, she took to Facebook Live for a 50-minute rant where she doubled down on her accusations and threatened legal action against those she believes are defaming her. "When I sue everybody, I'm coming. No, I'm coming," she declared. "This is facts, not fiction." It was a bold statement, but one that did little to ease the growing frustration of residents who are exhausted by the drama and simply want their township to function.
Dawn and Scott, the meeting wrapped up early because two trustees, as you mentioned, did not show up. Chris Gonzalez and Carmen Carlisle. Without them, not enough board members were present to make official decisions.
One resident, Denise Clark, who recently moved to the area, shared her frustration with the situation. She had hoped to escape the politics of Chicago, only to find herself caught up in what she described as babysitting local officials. While she urged others to give Henyard the grace to finish her term, many in the community hold a different view. For them, the turkey giveaways and Facebook rants are seen as distractions from the more pressing issues, such as the township's financial instability and the lack of progress on critical initiatives.
If the board do not show up, we are not able to pay bills. We are not able to handle the business.
The tension between Henyard and the trustees is nothing new. It has been simmering for months, with both sides accusing each other of obstructing progress. However, the stakes have never been higher. Henyard has been touting a supposed surplus in the township's general fund and claims there's enough money for a 100% property tax refund for residents. Sounds promising, right? But trustees like Gonzalez are calling the play. He's questioned the lack of specifics in the plan, asking, 100% of what? 100% to who? We haven't been given any of those facts. Huh! The skepticism is understandable, especially given Henyard's history of opaque decision-making. And it's not just the trustees who are doubtful. Residents are becoming increasingly vocal about their dissatisfaction with her leadership. At a recent meeting, one person asked, "Why won't you step down?" Others have pointed out that while Henyard seems focused on protecting her own position, critical issues like public safety and financial accountability are being ignored. Did we hear any plans about safety with the new police chief? Did we hear anything about guns? No, it's about protecting her. It isn't about protecting the village, said one frustrated resident.
Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me.
The controversy extends beyond the township level to Doton, where Henyard also serves as mayor, and where she is facing strong opposition. Trustees there have accused her of financial mismanagement and even hired former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot to investigate the village's finances. The findings were alarming. A nearly $3.5 million deficit in the general fund and questionable charges on the village credit card, including purchases from Amazon and Wayfair. One particularly shocking discovery was a $43,000 charge to Amazon on a single day in January. Given these revelations, it's no surprise that both residents and trustees have lost confidence in her ability to lead.
Walking through Dalton. All right, we're in Brightwood now. We are in Godly now. We in Bloomington, baby.
As if her financial troubles weren't enough, Henyard is also facing personal legal issues. She and her boyfriend, who together earn over $300,000 annually from taxpayer-funded salaries, are being threatened with eviction from their rented home. Their landlord, Janetta Hull, claims they haven't paid rent since August and even changed the locks to prevent them from entering. Hull, who once considered Henyard a friend, now regrets renting to the couple. At some point, you have to understand that karma is going to catch up to you. Just pay your rent, Hull said. Even if the couple manages to catch up on payments, Hull has made it clear she wants them out. But the drama doesn't end there. Earlier this year, federal agents served subpoenas seeking financial records from both Dalton and Thornton Township. While Henyard denies any wrongdoing, the investigations have only fueled the controversy. Critics have gone so far as to call her the worst mayor in America, a title she seems determined to fight despite the growing list of scandals surrounding her administration. Henyard's leadership style has drawn sharp criticism for being not just controversial, but authoritarian. From calling the police on workers removing banners featuring her face to threatening legal action against trustees, she has made it clear that dissent won't be tolerated. In one particularly bizarre incident, Henyard demanded that charges be filed against village staff who were following trustee orders to take down her self-promotional signs. Police body cam footage showed her telling officers, "Press charges on him, and if I have to press charges on them too, I will." The banners, which boldly declared her as super mayor, were eventually returned to her team by the interim police chief she appointed, raising further questions about her use of law enforcement as a personal tool.
This is your super mayor, Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor. We out here taking care of the business of the people.
This isn't the first time Henyard has used township resources to her advantage. Trustees have long accused her of sidestepping proper procedures to hire allies, approve contracts, and push through pet projects. Take, for example, her recent appointment of Ronald Burr S. as Dalton's interim police chief. Burr's credentials were quickly called into question, with state regulators confirming he hadn't requalified for active duty since 2021, despite a court ruling allowing him to serve temporarily. Trustees have vowed to challenge the appointment in court. This person has the same level of unprofessionalism as her previous appointee, Trustee Kiana Belair remarked, referring to the village's history of questionable leadership hires under Henyard's administration. Henyard's obsession with self-promotion has also left basic municipal operations in disarray. Reports have surfaced that the village office recently ran out of paper and ink, leaving clerks unable to process routine documents until supplies were restocked. One resident sarcastically noted, We've got money for parties and banners, but we can't afford printer paper. The irony was not lost on the community, which continues to struggle with deteriorating infrastructure and a growing lack of trust in local government. For many, these smaller issues symbolize a larger problem, a government more focused on personal branding than on basic governance. And yet, Henyard isn't backing down. She's announced her intention to run for re-election in Dalton, already facing stiff competition from trustee Jason House, a vocal critic of her leadership. House, along with a slate of other candidates, is campaigning on a platform of restoring transparency and accountability to the village. Meanwhile, Henyard remains confident she'll win by a landslide, comparing herself to former President Donald Trump in her unwavering belief in her victory. It's a bold claim, but one that many residents find increasingly difficult to believe, given the current state of affairs.
When I first looked at it, I thought, what is she running for now? Because that's what it shouts out.
As the township and village prepare for the upcoming elections, one thing is clear. The drama surrounding Tiffany Henyard is far from over. From turkey giveaways to eviction notices, her time in office has been anything but conventional. The big question now is whether voters will give her another chance or decide it's time for a change. In the comments section of a recent video covering the controversy, residents didn't hold back. One person wrote, "Dalton PD needs to be fired and disbanded. Some officers need to be arrested. The sheriff needs to take over." Another added, "I think that's why Tiffany has these events in Dalton. She can control the police to handle things." These comments reflect the growing frustration in the community, where many believe Henyard's actions are more about consolidating power than serving the people. So what do you think? Is Tiffany Henyard a misunderstood leader trying to navigate a tough situation, or is she using public gestures to distract from deeper issues? With the elections just months away, will voters stick with the devil they know, or take a chance on new leadership? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates as the story continues to unfold.